It's coffee break. That's right. I didn't give you a chance to settle in.
No, you gotta hear the awful creaking of my chair as I get back into position. Every chair that I sit in creaks horribly.
You ever think you're kind of hard on chairs?
I don't try to be. I do wiggle a lot. Not mostly subconsciously, you know.
I don't think they make chairs designed for you to be dancing in.
I do dance a lot. You know what, now that you say that. When I hear like a really good song, I just like stop and jam out for a little bit. Yeah, that probably doesn't help.
Okay. So, first up, Avatar.
Yeah.
Way of Water. Mm-hmm. James Cameron's Avatar.
Yep.
I found out this.
Yeah. Big pause.
I'm sorry.
Dramatic effect.
There's no way.
Of what? Water?
He will actually be able to turn this around and make a profit.
God, no. Yeah, because I was telling you about this a few days ago, I think, that it costs like, what, $5 billion to make or something like that?
It's $250 million.
So in order for something to be considered a financial success, it needs to make double.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way in hell it's going to do that.
Oh, those slurping noises is the puppy.
Oh yeah, he's just chewing on one of his toys.
But hey, he's right next to us. So the sultry sounds of will be brought to you by Aegon.
Yeah, good job, buddy. Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, look at you.
Cutie.
You're on your way to being an auto insurance kind of person. Like Progressive.
Oh.
I was gonna say AT&T, but I don't know. Their commercials are just as bad.
State Farm.
God, did you see that AT&T commercial yesterday?
No, which one?
I couldn't even stand it. It was like, yeah, I'm this guy that works at the airport, and I got a text, and it's from my friend who does like shipping, and they're like, hey, I'm hanging in through the holidays, and you know, it's like people actually working through the holidays, and they're able to communicate to each other through this phone network. Okay, fine, great message.
Sure, yeah.
I get it, message. Anyways, and that was something I wanted you to know, and I'm just pointing out that I'm very fucking pissed that you didn't make it so clear that I wanted to vomit. And at the end, the person reading all of the text was...
It's Santa.
No, it wasn't Santa.
Oh, it wasn't?
I think Santa was in there as one of the people working over the holidays.
Who was the other person?
Party ho ho.
Yeah, get it? Oh, it's okay if Mommy and Daddy have to work on Christmas. So does Santa. So, you never know.
I can't remember her name.
Actress?
She is an actress.
Character specifically?
Lily from AT&T.
Oh, yeah!
That's her character's name. I can't remember the actress's name.
Oh, it's that mousy little girl who, like, not girls, like, she's a woman. A mousy little woman. Yeah, and she's, like, the worst, and it's always insurance ads that have, like, faces, like Flo from Progressive, the Geico Gecko, Emu Limu, and Doug. Insurance ads, more than anything else, have weird, like, mascot characters for them.
Yep.
That get, like, pseudo-famous. And it's so weird to me, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't think anyone can, like, afford insurance. A lot of people don't get, like, car insurance because they just can't afford it and stuff like that.
Well, here, since this is a podcast, we should talk about personal things.
Sure.
Back in last February, the Pathfinder died.
Yeah.
This is my old vehicle.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, it's a Pathfinder made by Nissan. Let's go to Nissan because I always wanted an Altima. Mm-hmm. And I got the Altima. Yeah. I got a 2019 Altima.
We got this
Runs
nice
fine.
Blue Altima.
It's too expensive.
It is. It's also not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Ignoring the price of gas and the payments for paying off the car, which are both astronomical for what it is. All of the tires failed on us.
Yep.
Because they lied. They were like, brand new tires. They were not. We had to replace all 4 of them.
I've been having the fob keys die in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, so basically, I'm just done with it. So I'm just going to get rid of it as of, like, this recording,
Yeah.
I'm already in the process of like goodbye, and I'm going the way of the electric scooter
Hell yeah.
because I figured I already have a podcast where I'm a super nerd, and why not just look the part? So
Also, like,
on
driving...
the way is my electric scooter,
Hell yeah.
my white bicycle helmet with a black visor to protect me from like sunlight, but it doesn't actually do anything.
Do you
know what I'm
actually-
talking about?
You actually ordered a helmet?
No, I was just joking.
You can look like
And-
Team Star. The coolest kids in the game, Team Star.
And I got fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
And what else did I get? Oh,
Little, like, red, orange, and yellow confetti trail to, like, tape
I
behind
did
you.
get some ribbons. I didn't want to do the cans because I was like, I'm not Latino enough to do that. But
Is that a I thought it was a marriage thing.
yeah, but I just figured it would make a joke out of a joke.
Weird.
It's a joke.
Made
It's
no
ju-
sense.
Hey, look, either they hit or they do not today, okay? Trust me, I went through a whole demo of it.
I was just not being funny.
And being funny. So I was like, okay, I think I got my idea.
We got, really... Oh, yeah, we were getting a scooter.
Yeah, I'm getting a scooter. And I did a lot of math, did some research. I fell down this rabbit hole, fell in love with the scooter, haven't even rode it yet. I
Yeah.
should have it by the time you guys are listening to this.
Theoretically. And then we just cut cars out of our life.
Yeah, and now I'm cutting the insurance, and bam.
Yeah.
I got a couple $100 extra in my pocket.
Yeah, because, like, because you don't want to drive without insurance, but also insurance is super fucking and Progressive has the best rates,
Yep.
which is not good rates, but they're the cheapest.
Oh, yeah. That's where I was going. Everyone tells you they can get you lower prices. Liberty Mutual. They're like, yeah, we teamed up with Nissan. And I was like, oh, really? Let's check this out. $200 a month. I'm not kidding. Went to General because they're like, go to General and save some time.
Yeah.
That's their quote,
They got
right?
Shaquille O'Neal and everything.
Yeah. $160.
One of the many places that got Shaquille O'Neal, by the way.
And Progressive keeps me about 100.
Yeah, but still, that's like...
And I drive 5 miles to and back every day.
Mm-hmm.
$100?
And
No.
driving is just not a fun experience. I hate being in cars. I don't like it. It's a very terrifying experience for me, honestly. And there's no, like, traumatic backstory to, like, explain why. I don't like being in cars. They're scary.
Yeah. I just don't like the experience either.
It's just cut that shit out of our lives and be happier.
Yeah.
I'll get a
scooter.
bike. I would love a bike.
You want a bike?
I want a bike.
I was going to give you this scooter once I was done with it.
Oh, yeah? Get your hand-me-downs?
Well, yeah, because this is not the scooter I want. It's the one that I can afford right now.
I would like a bike. I like biking.
If you guys are interested in the scooter, I guess I can...
Take a sweet pic.
Yeah, just do like a little video. I don't know. That'd be
Maybe.
weird.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I'll probably talk more about it next week.
Uh,
Be like, no, this is the dumbest idea. I'm freezing.
We got yeah. Fortunately, it doesn't get too cold around here.
It doesn't, but
It can, especially if it's raining.
there's a lot of cold-hearted people around here.
Sure. We got really sidetracked. Going back to James Cameron's Avatar, The Way of Water. It's also, like, I think they've confirmed it will be 5 hours long. Maybe 5.5. And it's just, it's too fucking long. We all made these jokes that movies are getting longer and longer and longer. And now it's not a joke anymore, and it's like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Sitting down for...
192 minutes.
How long is that?
1 hour 60.
Yeah.
2.
It's 120.
So it's 3 hours and 12 minutes long.
It's just too long. Even 3 hours is too long. You know? That's a lot of time.
Yeah, whatever.
It's just... I don't know. I like it, like a nice, short, like, put together story.
I want this one to explain why he's able to have kids.
I bet it'll be like some quick little science bullshit thing. Like, anyway,
Even-
thanks to the embryo magnetism, blah, 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 we got this.
Even that would be fine with me. It's just, please explain that, because that's so dumb.
Oh, we watched the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yes, we did, and
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Probably not something you want to hear coming out of the gates. Guardians were never really my favorites.
They're fine. They're fine. I think overhyped. A lot of people really overhyped the Guardians because they were the first ones to like do like a casual. We play like 80s classic jams during our commercials. We're funny and casual, and then everyone started trying to mimic that.
Yep.
And at the time, it was like really unique and super different. But now it's like, whatever. It's just a gaggle of assholes.
I think the most annoying part is people try to imitate the style, or at least try to show an imitation of style to James Gunn. And Gunn, along with who did Love and Thunder, Ragnarok? Why is that?
Taika Waititi.
Waititi, right? Also has a very similar style. They are very different though.
Similar in that they don't match the norm of
Yes.
everyone else. Like
Yes,
you can,
they are fun. They think outside of the box.
they have creative shots and creative pacing and edits and stuff like that.
Like Taika Waititi, if you really want to understand his comedy, go watch What We Do in the Shadows,
The movie,
the movie
the original one.
that the American series is based on.
Yeah,
That one,
that's one of the
It's-
earliest ones too.
there's some funny moments in there. And it's like that, I get that, that's funny. Like, we're making fun of vampires, right? And then you look at James Gunn, and it's like, you really want to understand his style, where he's almost unrestricted. Go watch Peacemaker.
Yeah,
This podcast has not
this is a peace
ever
podcast.
faulted on how much we love. Sorry, I got really close to the mic. How much we love Peacemaker. Peacemaker is still hilarious. I still think about it.
It's the thing, like, even with this Guardian special, though, a little meh compared to Gunn's other work. You can tell he's just like, okay, we'll put this together real quick.
This one kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Why?
So I guess I missed the obvious thing where there's a flashback in Guardians Volume 2 that Ego is courting some alien girl, which looks like Mantis.
Yeah, and Mantis.
Therefore, Mantis is a sister of Peter.
Yeah, which I think is cute.
Which is mostly the whole point of the special. And then
Yeah, the special stars Mantis and Drax. Don't like it's not a Guardian special. It's just those two, really.
and then we see a lot more of Mantis, and we find out that she's not so different from Peter in being a scumbag.
Yeah,
And also terrifying.
but she also like there's a I think Mantis is fun though because she her powers are more fun, and also she has like it's fitting. She has big sister energy, like when Drax like flipped a cop car. And she had just gone through the whole song and dance of like running around and like touching them all and going sleep to get them to like stop chasing them. Drax just laughs and he like flips a cop car and she goes, Drax! You can't just freaking kill people! I was like, that's fun.
And then she goes down there to see the cops are fine. Nobody dies in this one. And there's a whole Candy Cane joke in there, which I thought was kind of funny because I was like, okay, that is funny.
It was.
Does this look like a man to you?
No. Yeah, my friend is just being an idiot.
It's when they're all messed up from the bar and they're sitting on the curb.
Oh, yeah.
And this woman hands her a map because they need to find out where Kevin Bacon lives, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the trailers, you already know. The woman hands her a map and goes, $40. And Mantis just touches her hand and goes, you'll give that to me for free. So the woman just hands her the map. And then the woman's about to leave and Mantis touches her hand again and goes, you'll give me all your money.
They are thieves.
And then it just ends
They
there.
they are bandits. That is what they just go and like rob people. Mantis, I did enjoy it because I do really like Mantis, and I think she got painfully not nearly enough characterization or screen time in the 3 movies prior. I guess 4. In like, she got most of her characterization set up in 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but even then it's pretty mid. And then she's a little bit in the Endgame movies.
Infinity War,
and then Endgame. And then she has like one line of dialogue in Thor
Love and Thunder.
Yeah. And it's just like, I like Mantis. I like her a lot. I think she's a fun character. And this is the first time we're actually going to see her being a whole character, like taking center stage and stuff.
In which, when she's trying to take down Kevin Bacon in his house,
Yeah.
she's jumping on pillars vertically.
That's another thing. She's like an alien. So she was like...
Horizontally, my bad.
Yeah.
It's creepy. She's like moving from pillar to pillar. And, yeah, like a praying mantis. But she's like looking at him. And her eyes are CGI black, and she's got those antennas, and she's got this creepy smile. And she's just hopping forward at him.
Did they CG her eyes, or was she wearing contacts, you think?
Have you seen the actress?
Not in makeup. No.
I haven't seen the actress in makeup, but I've just looked at pictures of the actress. And I was just like, okay, her eyes, when she's Mantis, are much more open.
Ah. So it's all CG, then?
Yeah.
A bit like Spider-Man's eyes, or Deadpool's eyes, like how they CG those.
Yes, but...
And they're in their suits.
But that's very different, because you can follow their outline. Right?
It's a lot of effort.
I'm not too sure how they did Mantis. I would like to see how they do Mantis, and I'm sure we'll get a closer look after Guardians Volume 3.
Yeah. Are you excited for Volume 3?
I am.
I'm okay.
I don't hate the Guardians. I thought the first one was really fun. My favorite part was when Ronan and Peter are fighting over the Infinity Stone.
Yeah. And they do a dance-off.
And he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, it's a dance-off, bro. And they bring that up to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
It was just a funny callback. Because
Yeah.
he saved the galaxy, and he really did, by doing a dance-off.
I like the second one better, personally.
And the second one has way more of a heartfelt message when you find out that Yondu is actually his dad.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. It's
Is he cool?
Yeah, he's cool. It's funnier, I feel like. Better soundtrack, too.
Yep.
The first one had a good soundtrack, but the second one had a better soundtrack.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. So we started watching these shows a while back.
Yes.
And there's a reason why we stopped talking about them.
Yes. But we finished them because we needed something to watch while we worked on finishing our Pokedexes and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
And don't worry, the end of this will be about Pokemon.
Yep. But we finally finished...
Hopefully this will be the last episode of Pokemon for a while.
Maybe. We finally finished Rings of Power, House of Dragon. There was another one. Friends, yes.
Yeah.
So, a lot of things got finished.
It was a gauntlet run of television series yesterday.
Rings of Power took forever.
So both Rings of Power episodes came under 75 minutes.
Like, each one of those episodes was a full movie. That's crazy.
And it was so boring.
It kind of was.
And I was watching the big reveal at the end, and I was like, you should have just ended this, like, maybe an hour ago.
Yeah, people make fun of, like, Lord of the Rings for having too many endings, and it felt like they played with that by also putting, like, a million fucking endings. The entire last episode was just a bunch of endings.
Also, the way it's shot, everything, the CGI to the color correction was just annoying.
It's bright. It's a very saturated show.
They obviously looked at Game of Thrones and went, we want to be the opposite, but the same.
Yes.
Same, but different.
Yeah, we want to be
still same.
Close, the other side of the coin. And it was good. The CG was much. Like, I think you could really tell when they were on a practical set because it was tiny. And you could really tell when they were on a CG set because it looked like CG.
God.
The dog.
Dog ADR right there. Cute guy.
He's enjoying it though. But yeah, I feel like it's trying to do way too much all at once.
Well, House of the Dragon. Whoa.
Much more gripping. We also had 2 episodes left. We ended off both with only 2 episodes left of each of them.
Yep. And in between, we watched Friends. So I finished Friends, finally, for the first time.
You did it.
And I'll never do it again. And that was one of the big jokes at work, was like, oh, now that you finished it, you can rewatch it and become a true fan. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Here's my argument. How I Met Your Mother is more quotable than this dumbass show. And second of all, you want to talk about toxic fucking characters? Mm-hmm. You did your whole piece on Ross?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I had a comment on that video that was like so triggered over Mark, the guy that Ross thinks Rachel might be flirting with. And they're just like, #1 Mark fan. They're like, no, you're wrong. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, dude. you're real triggered over the one throwaway guy that she dated for like an episode after they broke up. Wow. So cool of you.
The rest of the characters, where they fall, seems appropriate.
Yeah.
But Ross and Rachel thing,
Ugh.
like, oh my god, not worth it.
And
I'm sure in 2002 it was like the greatest thing ever, but
I hated the fact that they got back together at the very end. That whole season, they never had anything to do with each other. And then, like, suddenly, 2 episodes before the finale, they're like, you know, maybe we are into each other.
And we watched the reunion and they talked about it and they're like, yeah, so we came to the natural conclusion of things. And I was thinking about that today and I was like, the natural conclusion to things like that isn't that you all just stop. It would be one person after one person.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a rose that somebody gave you, right? Mm-hmm. And it still has some of its leaves on it, right?
Yeah.
Before the entire blossom dies, the leaves will slowly go away. And as that happens, you watch the blossom slowly turn into a darker shade of black.
I think that's a bit too, real for a sitcom.
But it wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, we're just leaving.
I was thinking about it and how it's like, oh, what's Joey doing? Nothing this season. Because he can't be with Rachel because we want her to
out of ideas.
She needs to get back together with Ross, and they're just kind of like middling around doing nothing. But Chandler and Monica, everything. In this season, they find out that they're barren, and also they adopt their babies, and then they find out that they're having twins, and also they're buying a house, and they're like, everything all at once. Could you imagine adopting twins, unexpected twins, because you thought it was just going to be one baby, and buying and moving into a new house in like a week of each other?
Be insane.
It'd be crazy. It's like, why did Monica and Chandler, like, I feel like it could have been one of these plot points, not all 5. Share with the rest of them, you know?
Also, I had asked this question, is there a 6th member of the team that shows up later? And you're like, I don't know. It was Paul Rudd.
Yeah. I didn't want to spoil that it was Paul Rudd.
And they never treat him that way.
They
which
don't.
Annoyed me.
And I feel like I remember seeing something somewhere that one of the writers was like, it would be really weird if all of the friends conveniently got together. You know, like Chandler with Monica, Ross with Rachel, and then Joey and Phoebe. And I'm like, Joey and Phoebe could have still been together, but not, like, dating. And this was something I wanted to tell you months ago, but we hadn't finished it yet. But now that we finished, I can tell you. The way that Matt LeBlanc and what's Phoebe's extra assistant? Lisa Kudrow. The way they played their characters was, like, starting from, like, season 2 on, they played their characters as if they were sleeping together regularly, just, like, as random, like, flings between their dates that they would have. And so that's how they played the characters, as if they were constantly being together. And I was like, well, that's cool. It's sad that goes nowhere, though.
Yeah, there are definitely earlier seasons where those two were, like, best friends. Mm-hmm. They would confine into each other.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone was like, oh, maybe they're together. And then you'd see them interact and they're like just good friends, like brother and sister friends. Like they're like, yeah, I got your back, don't worry.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. I feel like after Phoebe met Paul Rudd's character, Mike, I think was his name.
Mike.
After she met Mike and started doing things with him, she got way more boring. Like, it was just, that's all she ever did, was just things revolving around Mike. And she didn't get to be her character anymore. She didn't get to play guitar anymore. She didn't do quirky, weird masseuse things.
True, yeah. A lot of that character disappeared.
I was thinking about, like, how it was an episode in, like, season 1 or 2 where I really liked this episode also, where Joey, Phoebe, and Rachel were pissed because they weren't getting as much money as the others. And so every time they went out to, like, celebrate or do something fun, Chandler, Monica, and Ross had all kinds of money to spend, and the others were, like, they didn't, because their jobs were just shitty.
Yep, and they have to talk about the difference in pay.
And then after a while, they just never brought, like, they all got great jobs. And they all were just doing fine. And it was like, I don't know. Like, it kind of rings pretty hollow when the opening theme song goes, your job sucks and your love life's dead on arrival. That's not the actual lyrics.
Love life's gone DOA.
Yeah, that's what DOA means. And it's just like, it's not true. Their love lives are doing fine and they make plenty of money.
Yeah, that... Okay, so Friends to me, its ending is about as good as How I Met Your Mother. The Friends fandom that says How I Met Your Mother is shit. I don't think you have much to say.
I think they can both be good. Like,
and I would also say they're both as shitty.
Fair.
The thing is, like, yeah, you got Joey, and I love Joey. Joey's great.
Joey is great. He is the best part.
But Joey is no Barney Stinson. And that's the closest you can get.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
While, like, Rachel and Ted Mosby are... Well, I would say Ted is probably more of a problem of himself.
Yeah. He
and
is
that's
the
the
real
whole point.
Main villain of that show, I would say. That he actively sabotages every relationship he's in because he has weirdly impossible standards for every single girl he meets, which is something they talk about at one point in time in the show.
Yeah, because Barney.
Yeah. And it's like, that's why you'll never find the one. You're looking for a fabled one rather than just exploring the idea of any of the ones you've already met.
But who does he go get? Barney's girl.
Yeah.
Robin.
The same one from the very beginning. And I hated that because we set up the idea of this umbrella girl. And then it's just like, but I got back together with her. I finally figured out who she was, and then she like died 2 days later, and I just went with Robin. Like, stupid. Dumb.
That's not how that story goes, but yeah, okay, close enough.
It's about, like, I think that's a big issue with sitcoms in general, is that they never know how to end.
No, they don't, once they go too far. Because I was thinking about Seinfeld, and I was like, that might be the greatest sitcom I've ever seen.
Maybe.
Which is crazy, because the point of Seinfeld is not telling a story.
It's definitely, I would say, the progenitor of the formula every other sitcom that follows. The idea of, oh, well, they're just regular people. But not necessarily married people, which was always the thing. Like, you look at the ones beforehand, and it's usually people who are unhappy in their marriages. Bleh.
And then I was talking about this last night, was if you want to see a very meta version of sitcoms, and I still stand by this, is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Which I would argue it's not a sitcom. Because
It's not, but that's the thing. That's why I say it's meta. Because there are moments in it where Larry kind of breaks what a sitcom should be. And you're like, oh, we're going to go deep into this, and this is going to be the whole thing.
Yeah, but then it's like not.
It's not.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is really, really good. Its latest seasons are only okay. You can tell Larry's getting tired.
But they still have moments where they're, like, dealing with that. Like, In the most recent season, right?
I think there was another season.
Okay, so season 10,
Yeah.
which came out like 4 years ago or something like that.
Fuck, feels like it.
But there's a watermelon episode.
Yeah, one of the best jokes ever.
And the watermelon episode has to tackle racism and stereotypes.
And Larry tackles it in like the smartest way ever.
Yeah, and it wasn't, oh, a black guy wants a watermelon. Haha, that's the joke, right? Mm-hmm. It was, I don't care if you want a watermelon. I'm a Jewish guy. Can I not have...
Geltivish?
Yeah, this pickled fish item.
And it was the idea that black men, or it was two black men. He was talking to Leon, the character. Leon
J.B. Smooth
is embarrassed to buy a watermelon because of the stereotype of black people eating watermelons.
Yeah.
Even though he likes watermelon.
Yeah.
And it was a great way to. It was a really smart way to tackle the topic, and I really enjoyed it. Probably the best episode ever, I would say. One of the bests for Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I think one of my favorite ones is him buying a pair of shoes. And he goes to 2 different vendors, and Larry finds out, oh, I can get these shoes. Let's get them on order, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes into another shoe shop and finds the shoes he wants.
Yeah.
Now he has the shoes, and he's wearing them in the store, and they're like, hey, we just brought them. And he's like, I don't want them.
Like, I don't need them anymore. I have them now.
And then the salesman is like, dude, I'm based on commission. This is my whole job. This is my life. This is how I pay my family. Mm-hmm. And now you're telling me last week you wanted these shoes, and right now you don't want them anymore? I'm going to get fired. I'm going to lose everything.
Yeah.
And then something about a bowling alley, because you got to trade in your shoes for their shoes. And it just all got mixed up. And that is what sitcom funny should be.
And Curb Your Enthusiasm is a masterclass in tying everything back together at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
It does it better than every other sitcom ever. The random little things that you think aren't going to play a big role end up being pivotal at the end of the episode. And it's like, that was amazing how you did that.
Okay, I want to bring up something before we go for Pokemon.
What was that?
Wow, you gotta be the most loudest kid.
Was it?
I guess we're missing something.
We didn't talk about Rings of Power and House of Dragon.
We talked about Rings of Power.
Yeah, there's not much else to say, is there?
Rings of Power versus House of the Dragon.
Yeah. House of Dragon was just better.
Superior.
It was
so pathetic.
You could tell that there was 10 years worth of, maybe not 10 years? 8 seasons worth of a show prior that set up how they wanted to go about this season. And Rings of Power
But you can argue Rings of Power has 6 movies.
And now it has 6 more movies, because each one of those episodes feels like a movie.
But it still just fell flat.
Yeah, Rings of Power seemed to rely a lot on, you recognize this? Hey, you think you know where this might go? You think you understand what we're doing here? Where House of Dragon is much more just telling its story.
Yeah, and Rings of Power, I will tell you this right now. The tall man hanging out with the Harfoots is for sure Gandalf.
Yep, it's not Radagast, like I theorized.
It's not Sauron.
Nope. Like those, what were they? Angels?
I don't know, I got ink on my hand this morning. And my hands were covered in ink. And they turned black. And I was just thinking of them. And I was like, oh, if only these people knew how nerdy I was.
It was this is like this Eminem looking person.
Yeah, she had a weird Eminem look.
Very Eminem-y. There's Slim Shady over there. Slim showed up like more than halfway through the season. And then did nothing. It looked intimidating for sure. But in the end just did absolutely nothing for the story. And then Gandalf evaporated them.
Yeah, when Gandalf had the staff, you know what it reminded me of?
What?
Oh, the baby.
What are you doing? Are you
baby?
Hey, on. Iggy.
Hey.
Hey. What are you doing? Are you just chewing on fur? What is wrong with you? Why do you eat fur?
We love this guy.
He's so weird. What did, when he had the staff, what did it remind you of?
When he had the staff, because she was holding it before, and she was able to move him around like a wizard. Mm-hmm. Like we saw with Saruman and Gandalf.
Yeah.
In Isengard.
God, good scene.
Right, and they were trying to replicate that.
Uh-huh.
When he took it, like a moth popped out of her face, and then she became a skeleton, and the moth became her skull.
Yeah, it like evaporated into moth. Get it? Wizards and moths. It's a thing.
But it was also like, how do I approach this? It's like way more powerful than you.
Yeah, it really felt like.
And then he was able to talk normal.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on?
It's like, where did that
What are you doing?
Why do you have to wait till the last episode?
Also, the bad guy.
Like 8 episodes of fiddling around just to finally get things started.
If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, you won't. But there's this human guy, and there's Galadriel.
Yeah,
and the human guy is like, hey, I'm the ultimate bad guy.
Out of nowhere.
And then Galadriel is like, what? And she goes through like, what's that fucking movie?
Inception?
Yep.
I knew,
you knew it.
I knew.
You knew it. It was very Inception-y. And I don't even think that's a word, but that definitely was what was happening. And it was so boring. It was so dumb.
It did not need to be nearly as long as it was.
Did you notice that they never said that Isildur lived?
Yeah, they're like trying to trick you, like, oh, did he live? It's like, I know he did. I know he did.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the first fucking movie. I know Isildur lived, guys.
The last alliance of men and elves marched on Mordor.
There were good moments. I really liked Elrond, for example. Elrond Durin. Great story arc. It's like the thing of, oh man, you know, dwarves and elves, famously rivals. They hate each other. Except for Elrond and Durin. They best buds. And also, the Keeley and that one elf lady loved each other. Together forever. And also Legolas and Gimli. Best friends. Inseparable. Like, I don't think elves and dwarves being friends is that rare of an idea anymore.
No, they definitely do love each other.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah, Elrond was the best part, in my opinion. Everything else, a little overly long, dragged out. It's like, there's a great example, but I can't think of it. It's like when someone does a reboot of something, and they miss the point of it, and they overdo everything. Like, something that could have been oh my god, it was Lord of the Rings, is the example I was thinking of. Like, something as simple as, like, a sad expression suddenly becomes a yelling tantrum, screaming, wailing, and stuff like that. And, it seems like that's what's happened here, unfortunately. House of Dragon was great, though.
House of Dragon, that last episode, oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
And they said the second season, which will take a little bit longer, which I'm totally cool with. Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Go through it methodically and try and understand what you're trying to tell.
It's
because we're about to go into war.
I was shook on the last time when it happened. When the thing happened,
it's unforgivable.
I just it's like when you're watching Tinkerbell dying in the second Peter Pan movie, and you're like, you can't die. You're magic. You're fueled by my childhood love. And she lives. But it's just like, it was that. It was like, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Well, it made me think of Daemon.
Is that his name? Daemon? I thought that was the one Rhaenyra was fucking.
Yeah, that's her husband.
What's his name?
Aegon.
Is it no.
Aegon's king.
Éomer. One-Eye Willie. We'll call him One-Eye Willie. Cotton Eye Joe.
We'll call him Aemon.
Oh, that might actually be his name.
It might actually be. With an A-E.
Yeah.
Anyways, what he did to his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And even he was horrified. And that's where you end and you're like, oh.
Let's end. Oh my god.
God, it makes me want to kick the fucking liquor cabinet. Anyways.
That's such a specific example. It was really good.
See, I told you the jokes.
After walking away from the show for months and then coming back, exactly like we did with Rings of Power. Rings of Power was very hard to get back into, and mostly existed as background noise. House of Dragon, immediately.
It commands you.
The drama of the political aspect and the war elements, so much more interesting than Rings of Power fiddling around with maybe something might happen.
It was so much prettier.
It was.
Like, honestly, I've always been a fan of lights, and I just love looking at colors, and I see the full rainbow, and I just love it. And when I watch a show like that, House of the Dragon, they take colors from you, and it all of a sudden it becomes more appealing. Yeah. And then they're talking, and they're like, oh, we can't make this move because of so-and-so over here in the southern hemisphere or whatever is deciding that they don't identify you as the king because you're a woman. And it's like, well, that's an interesting policy.
Yeah.
Well, Lord of the Rings was like, yeah, the bad guy's here, and he's already been hanging out with us.
Lord of the Rings is
dun dun dun.
Fascinating.
And then Metallica starts playing, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
If you're gonna go with a show that's like nonstop saturation, like Rings of Power looks like, Ice Fantasy is a great example. Very, very saturated, but does it in a way that the colors make sense. It's color coordinated, and you need those big bright colors to help differentiate the kingdoms. I think it is. Ice Fantasy is weird. I like it. But with Rings of Power, it's like white noise for your eyes. It's a lot all at once, and it doesn't all necessarily gel well together.
I love Ice Fantasy. I should have never showed you that.
You goofed up.
Yeah, but because now you just make me want to go back through that journey.
Well,
it's 62 hours long.
Well, listen, we're in the middle of Boruto. We could go through Ice Fantasy.
No, we still have to finish Pokemon.
Oh no, with the research fellows.
Come on, you were having fun.
I was having so much fun when Inteleon finally evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit. Fun stuff. It's just
and
fun.
Go thought he was alone, and Inteleon's just standing right next to him,
and
waiting.
Cool and stuff.
And it's like, yeah, that's my guy.
Watching Ash try to outsmart Volkner in that fight, good. We're trying to get to the finale where he fights Leon, because we heard about it. We know what happens. But we gotta get through the episodes to get there first. It's important.
So, it's Pokemon news.
Pokemon news. We're here. Time for the Pokemon. I beat the game. I beat the game 2 days after we wrapped the podcast last time. I beat it. Phenomenal.
I was number one.
Absolutely phenomenal.
I beat everyone else.
I didn't cry, but it's because I forced those emotions down.
I heard it's not as cool playing Scarlet.
It was very cool with Scarlet.
But when Professor Toro, who looks like this badass, like, Italian gangster kind of guy.
I guess you could call him
just has those eyes because he's an AI, and he just drops that Master Ball. Like, were you freaking the fuck out?
It was almost...
Isn't it scary that you see it's a Master Ball and you're like, I don't want to know this?
Yes.
Please don't tell me this.
I really liked it with Scarlet, actually, because it's this weird, like, duality. Like, mentally it doesn't feel like it should make sense, because she's themed like the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like this whole caveman aesthetic deal, but she's this futuristic thing. And so it almost made it even creepier, because it's like, that's not supposed to match up. That's not supposed to make sense. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. I love those characters. Amazing story. A 10 out of 10. I would love to play through it again. I've already been thinking about it, even though I'm trying to complete my Pokedex.
I can only think of 2 stories from Pokemon, the main series games, that are even worth talking about. And this is one of them.
Yes. What's the other one?
Emerald.
Wow.
Emerald
You're
takes
right.
Alpha, or not even Alpha, it was just Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
Shoves the 2 together.
Emerald was really good. And you gotta talk to both Maxie and Archie.
And you gotta fight them multiple times.
Yes. and you have to go to Sky Pillar and get that Rayquaza. Dope. Dope shit.
Isn't that like, duh, if you're going to make a third game, it would be the one that's in between everything, and then you have to go like, oh.
And they've stopped doing that, and I kind of miss it. Damn black and white.
There's some Platinum fans out there.
Yeah, Platinum's apparently really good. I don't know. I never got to play it. Allison, okay, here was a fun thing. Someone tried to scam Allison. So she ordered Platinum version, and they tried to scam her because she got it on like Amazon or eBay or something. And they sent her, it was the Platinum box, but on the inside, it was like Heart Gold or something like that, one she already owned. So what she did was, she deleted their save file, and the few days she had before she had to send it back, she played through it all the way again, completed it, took her whole Pokédex out of it, and then deleted the save file again, and then sent it back to them.
That's pretty cool.
She's a stone cold bitch when it comes to shit like that.
Got money back?
Absolutely. And then she got actual platinum.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a Ruby version back in the day because I bought a special disc that you had to get on the GameCube, where if you attached it to your Game Boy Advance, you would get...
Oh, with the link cable, yeah.
Yep, link cable.
I always wanted one.
And you get Jirachi. And somebody sold me a bad version of Ruby because the battery had died.
Damn. So it doesn't change the time anymore. Huh.
Doesn't run.
Oh, damn.
That's one of the biggest problems is those older game cartridges you have, besides the main systems, the NES, the SNES,
N64,
and the N64. You don't have to worry about that. For some reason, they stick alive.
Yeah, you can still play. I guarantee. If I went to my parents' house right now, if I teleported there at this instant, hooked in their NES, original NES, put in a game, I would have to blow in it a couple times, put in a game, it would run perfectly. To this day. Years later.
So I went back and just played Smash Bros. It was really cool.
In your head. I never had N64 Smash Bros. I was devastated.
I can let you blow up my cartridges.
Shut up. You know, they say that was bad for the cartridges, but it worked, so
Dude,
I don't know.
You know what? You know what our fix was? Was... I don't know why this was figured out, but my best friend's mom, she was like, oh, if that doesn't work, just take this cotton swab, dip it in rubbing alcohol, and just rub it dry.
No.
And we're like, let's do it.
I was like, what else you gotta lose?
Whole afternoon?
The game.
I don't know.
Yeah.
2 months of allowance? Let's try it.
There's no memory card.
You're a little desperate, though. Anyways. And you get there, and you do it, and you put it in.
And it worked, too.
And then you just watch that weird little cube thing roll into an N.
Yeah.
And you're like, we did it.
Perfect. So we didn't have, like...
And then you forgot the goddamn memory card, and you're back at it.
We didn't have, like, multiplayer games growing up, for the most part. We didn't have many games. So what we did, and this was the most fun, whenever my cousins came over for, like, dinner or whatnot, because we wanted to play games, because we're gremlins, but we didn't have any multiplayer games, so what we would do, we would boot up Ocarina of Time, go to a kid version, so you're a kid Link, and then go to the market, and they had, like, various mini games, like shooting mini games.
Yeah.
We just did that for hours. Hours! It kept us entertained for so long.
Did you force your cousins to grind for you?
No, they wanted to do it. They would show up and they're like, you got Ocarina of Time ready? And we're like, we were already playing it. We were ready for you guys. And we run in and like huddle up next to our tiny TV in our bedroom. And we just like start launching bombs at chickens. That was one of the mini games.
That's crazy.
It would just keep us entertained for hours. Kids were so easy to entertain back then.
True.
We got sidetracked. Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet.
Yes. So you finished off the game.
Yes, I did. Fantastic. Amazing characters, amazing story,
Okay, so we're done with that.
very fun. What?
It is an absolutely fun game. And despite all of its glitches and all the bad reviews about, oh god, these glitches are bad. No, this one deserves to be reminded that this is one of the greatest Pokemon games ever made.
Yes. I did have one thing happen yesterday. So, we're trading version exclusives with each other.
Yes. I
And,
was talking about this.
And Rambo trades to me Iron Treads, which is a version exclusive. And I'm trading to him,
Great Tusk.
yes. And as the trade is happening, suddenly I get this pop-up and it says, game has closed due to an error.
Yep. And my trade goes through.
So I open it up, and I have Iron Treads in my box. I even took it out, put it on my team, I fought a Pokemon, I gave it a rare candy to level it up once. But it's not in my Pokedex. So I have the Pokemon, but it didn't register in the Pokedex. So I'm hoping if we trade another one over, that one will register in my Pokedex. But we'll see, I guess.
That's if Rambo wants to hang out with you anymore.
No, it's because I'm almost done with my Pokedex.
You are.
383? 87? Something,
Yeah.
Some 380 something? I'm real close.
I'm in the 350s.
I had so much fun catching them all. That was the thing I actually cared about the most. People were like, oh, the Titan Pokemon, oh, the gym leaders, but I'm like, no, you gotta catch them. I'm just doing these things because it's in the area, but I want to catch them all. This is the first time this has ever happened to me where I actually wanted to catch them all.
Yeah, and I do too. Quaxley is probably the hardest one to get, the starters.
Yep.
You actually need friends.
Yeah. Palafin's another one, because you need someone in your play corner or whatever, union station, whatever. Yeah. Someone needs to just be there, and you need to level up the Palafin, and that'll make it evolve into whatever Finizen or whatever. Which I think is a cool design. It's just, yep, you need friends.
So, there's about 8 minutes left till we hit the hour.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Did we talk about how we watched Wednesday last time? Yeah. Oh, we watched the first 2 episodes of Willow.
Oh, Willow.
Willow was cool.
Willow was weird.
Willow was Willow. Which is weirdly very, like, hijinks, goofy, but also really serious and dramatic. It's a weird movie. You gotta watch it. It toes the line with
If you've
tone.
never seen Willow, go to Disney Plus and just check it out. It's George Lucas's attempt of doing Lord of the Rings without the licensing.
Yeah.
But also really wanting to do Star Wars.
Yeah, you can see it. It's got, what's his name? Warwick Davis is the titular Willow.
Is Willow.
He's phenomenal. An amazing actor. This is,
Mad Mortimer.
Mad Mardigan.
Mardigan, my bad.
He's played by... What's his name?
He was a Batman. For one movie.
I don't remember.
Val Kilmer. And he's actually a great character in this one. This is like a kid's version. To me, my dad made me watch a lot of B-rate 80s films.
Yeah, nice.
Like Trouble in Little China, which we've talked about.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's insane. Stupidly racist.
Very, yes.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in there, and you're just like, wait, now there's just like Power Rangers?
And
none of them magicians.
Sure.
And then there's monsters.
Mad Mardigan is like
Back to Willow.
Baby's first Aragorn, you know?
He is the suave, cool kind of guy, but he's not afraid to gender bend either.
No.
Do you remember that?
He cross-dresses, and he owns it. He's all about it. It's very ahead of its time. Val Kilmer, is he alive?
Yes.
He's not in Willow.
Not yet.
I don't know. He wasn't doing too good last we saw him. You know?
I'm sure he'll show up. He's also in Top Gun.
Oh, is he?
Top Gun. Well, everyone knows he's in Top Gun. Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Top Gun,
Retribution. Electric Boogaloo.
La Familia.
Topper Guns.
Top Gun Fallout. God, what is he in?
It's the new one. Top Gun now,
Maverick.
Now in 2022.
Maverick. We just address it as Maverick.
Top Gun, the one that topped the charts for like fucking 7 months.
Yeah. Another thing we bitched about.
How big of us to bitch about a thing we haven't even seen yet.
True.
I can't believe.
I hate this because it exists.
I can't stand the first one wasn't good, so I already don't like the second one.
The first one was not good.
It was bad, even for 80s
love
standard.
it.
I don't.
I love it.
Tommy
Dude,
Cruise
that
has
opening-
done so much better.
Highway to the danger zone.
Take
and
my
it's just
breath away.
right?
Over and over.
Greatest songs ever made.
Ugh, I do miss the days.
Soft Cell's Tainted Love, get trashed.
I do miss the days where people made songs
Duran, Hungry Like a Wolf,
for movies.
get trashed.
That's a bad song anyway.
Duran didn't make a song for a movie.
No, but Hungry Like the Wolf is bad.
No, but their song for it, it was a James Bond movie. It was A View to a Kill.
Yeah.
I love that song.
I guess they do still do that sometimes. Like the James Bond gets that sometimes. The Despicable Me movies, Pharrell just keeps making songs for them.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Pharrell's
After
pretty good.
talking about white gold, like, dude.
I think you're thinking of Bruno Mars.
God, I always mix them up. I don't know why.
They both got big for similar sounds right at the same time. So on one hand, I kind of get it. Except 24 Karat Magic came out years after Happy.
True. I don't know. I just think it's the same movie.
Nope.
Fact. When scholars came across penguins and started figuring them out
Okay.
and talking about them, they decided that penguins are so horrific, they wrote it in ancient Greek.
Yeah.
So only scholars,
Yeah.
this is a true fact,
This is actually, we're not even bullshitting you here, guys.
only scholars would be able to decipher what they found.
They-
And what they found was horrific.
Penguins will like regularly just murder each other.
Yep.
They're like all homicidal maniacs. They really painted
They're
it
into
up.
necrophilia.
Yes.
They're into
More so than any other creature, apparently.
pedophilia.
Yeah. Which is so they really like painted them up as
Also mass suicide.
they're just because you hear about what is it when penguins just wander into the snow
Oh my god.
to die.
Even that, just like, oh, I'd rather deal with the snow and not be with these fucking freaks, which they are.
Yeah.
These aren't lies.
We're telling you the truth. This is real
And
facts.
they decide that their own suicide is to wander off into the Antarctic.
to just starve to death or get caught by something.
What?
So they really did a lot of heavy lifting to paint penguins as these cutesy, just chubby little land birds that the dads nest the eggs and they love each other and look, they got cute little
Well,
rocks to
there's-
give each other. Ignore the pile of bodies.
There is also a cute notion where, if a male penguin gets stuck behind with an egg and a female penguin doesn't come back, and either another female penguin or a male penguin can come by and play the opposite role,
Yeah.
they will play into that and raise the chickling as their own. So penguins do also have same-sex couples.
They do. They really do. I guess it's like any creature can be very cute if you look at
Yeah,
it the
penguins
right way.
are evil.
If it was a real fuck, you know what? I don't like Happy Feet. That was a fucked up movie. I didn't like it as a
Yeah.
kid. It was sad.
When you find out that it's your happy feet are to run away from being molested.
It was it was all sad. I didn't like the idea that this kid was born different because he was dropped as a baby, essentially, because that's what happens. the dad dropped the egg. And that was the big reveal at the end. It's like, you're different because I dropped you when you were an egg. Oh my god, whoa, the drama, Oprah. And it's like we could just be born different. There doesn't need to be a traumatic backstory behind it. And it's just sad. Just sad shit. Sad movie. Not good.
So, we hit our hour mark. We did it.
Happy Penguins, everybody.
Happy holidays. I just want to point out, I was bitching and complaining about Christmas music for the last few episodes.
Yeah?
And I brought up the fact that Christmas is coming because it's my favorite holiday. I am not religious. I'm just in love with Christmas. I love the lights. I love the weather. I love the fact that you could just get these nice cozy rooms and
Yeah.
play Mario Kart by yourself as your dad blames you for ruining Christmas. And
Yeah, totally random example. Anyone
true
can
story,
relate
by the
to.
way. And I noticed that now it's Christmas time and everyone should stop playing Christmas music.
Yeah, I think it's the thing where people do this to themselves all the time, where people will sit there and bitch and bitch and bitch about something, and then the moment the thing they're bitching about stops happening, because everyone in charge is like, okay, fine, you're all fucking bitching about it, we'll stop, they turn around and go, but I liked it. It gave me something to bitch about.
So, I say, let's do something different. Let's go all out for Valentine's. Oh, if not Valentine's, St. Patty's.
We can do St. Patty's, I feel like.
Just all out St. Patty's.
Hell yeah. We're gonna watch Boondock Saints.
That's the only movie to watch.
We're gonna drink Guinness all day.
That's the only thing to drink.
We're gonna make corned beef. We're gonna do it right this time. We fucked up last year.
As long as you could say it with confidence.
I couldn't remember. I was thinking peppercorn.
It's... okay.
I was close. I got it. We got corned beef with cabbage and potatoes. And then once we're done with Boondock Saints, surely there's another St. Patrick's Day movie we could watch.
I can't think of any other. Don't give me recommendations because I will just ignore you. And...
Smash that unsubscribe button.
You could, but we know you're going to come back. You love us. We're aware. Oh, also, the Spotify wrap-up.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
So, whoa, I wasn't... Don't congratulate them yet.
No, there's 4% of them that are really dedicated.
It's true.
We saw your...
According to Spotify, not YouTube.
We saw the statistics.
You know what's crazy is Anchor, which I often talk about, and they're attached to Spotify. They make podcasting a little easier. That's the whole thing. If you're listening from Anchor, apparently I put up 95% more content for film and television than anyone fucking else did.
Which I'm wondering if someone, maybe us, inaccurately labeled something.
No, we talk about film and television.
Sure. We got a whole segment, box office trolls.
We talked about like
Yeah.
movies and television.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I just think usually podcasts are labeled under entertainment, so. But who knows? Maybe we are just better than everyone else.
Are you saying I mislabeled things?
No, maybe everyone else mislabeled things.
Okay, well, tomorrow morning around 6 to 7, I will have an OCD freak out and relabel this entire podcast.
No, you don't have to. No.
It'll no longer be coffee break. It'll be Java moment. Look, I told you.
Our evil rivals, Java moment. Those are bastards.
I figured out my comedy today. I'm not working too well with my usual stuff. My other stuff's doing great. And that'll be the name of this episode, Java Moment.
Hell yeah.
Brought to you by Coffee Break.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, we're done?
Yeah. We were wrapping up with the Spotify Wrapped and stuff.
I was having too much fun.
I know. We gotta end eventually.
Okay, fine.
Can't rain all the time. It's a good movie.
One you won't let me watch.
We watch it every year. I needed
not
a
this year.
year
Not
off
this year.